Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Doom Eminent, but you can just call me Jeff. And today I'm coming to you guys with a gameplay by Doom Reckoning. He gets a KEM strike with the new Maverick A2 sniper rifle on the map Bayview. Overall, it's just a really impressive gameplay, especially the fact that he's using a sniper on a relatively new map and a relatively new gun. It's just really sick that these guys can get gameplays like this. Also, if you do enjoy the gameplay, be sure to check out his channel, Doom Reckoning's channel, down in the description. They will both be there, mine and his. So, yeah. So, when I was thinking of what I could do for this commentary, I was kind of getting stuck, and then I finally decided that I was going to do a story. And the story that I picked is a pretty cool story. In my opinion, it's pretty cool because it does involve me doing something that I think is pretty BA. But anyways, I will tell you guys what the story is, and that is going to be a fight story. Yeah, I'm not a huge fighter, guys, but I have been in a few fights in my days. I'm only 16 years old. I'm about to be 17 soon, but I've been in a few fights here and there, and if you guys are like against violence and anti-violence people, maybe this isn't going to be the story for you, but I think everyone will really enjoy this because it is a pretty cool story, and everyone likes listening to fight stories. You know, at least that's how I grew up. When my dad would tell me fight stories and stuff like that, I would really like it. But anyways, let's get on into the story. So it all started around when I was in about 7th grade. I'm a junior in high school now. I'm almost a senior. Well, I'm halfway through my junior year, but it all started when I was about in 7th grade, and me and this kid were on the same baseball team, the kid that I actually ended up getting in a fight with. So it all started there, and we just really never liked each other. I really can't tell you why we didn't, but we always just got on each other's nerves and picked on each other and said stuff like, oh, you suck at batting, you suck at catching, whatever it may be. We'd always just say, which those are just baseball terms if you don't know a lot about baseball, but we would just always say stuff to each other, and we never really liked each other. We actually almost got in a fight then when we were only, like, he was in 8th grade, I was in 7th grade, and we actually almost got in a fight, but our parents, like, talked to each other, and then we never ended up getting in a fight or anything, but we were, like, talking about fighting each other. I don't think we were ever going to really do it, but we were at least talking about it. And then moving on to our high school years, it was last year, so it was kind of a recent story, and he was a junior in high school, and I was a senior. And one day, me and my friends, we always sat inside for lunch, right? We always sat on one of the tables inside, and one day we decided to go outside and just sit out there. And we never really do that, but it was a nice sunny day in the summer, and we were like, well, it wasn't summer yet, but it was a nice sunny day, and we decided to go out and sit outside, me and about 6 other kids that sat at my table. So we go out there, and all of a sudden, next thing I know is that the kid's right over there, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to make a big deal of this, I'm not going to make a fuss about it, who cares, he'll just be over there. I never really liked him since then, so we still kind of got in each other's nerves, but I didn't talk to him in about, like, since 7th grade, so like 4 years, and I just never talked to him since then. So I just went on with my business, we just kept talking, and the next thing I know, the kid is saying a bunch of stuff about my friends. I don't know if it's because I was there and he wanted to piss me off or something, but all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I hear him saying, like, yeah, that kid Daniel, which is my friend at the time, well, he still is my friend, but that was the kid that was there, that's my friend, and he was saying, oh, that kid's a fag and all that stuff. So I didn't really like that, and I actually made a comment about the kid that was saying that I didn't like, and I think I said the same thing, like, oh, he's a fag or something. I don't even really remember the exact words, but apparently he didn't like that. So then, of course, he started saying stuff about me, and yeah, that kind of really got on my nerves. I know, obviously, when my friends were getting picked on, I didn't like it, but when it's about you, you're gonna get more mad. So I was like, you know what, dude, after him saying a bunch of stuff, I was like, you know what, why don't you come over here and say that? So he did just that, guys. He went and got up and walked right over to me, and before he could open his mouth, well, he kind of opened it. He was like, and right when he was saying it, I just socked him right in the eye, and it was a good right punch to the eye, and it was a pretty solid punch, and I'll tell you why in a little bit, because I guess I'll tell you now, I actually broke my hand from it. So yeah, I punched him pretty hard. I don't know if it's because I punched him wrong or what, but the doctor actually said I got a boxer's break, which is breaks that boxers get. So the doctor said I punched with good form, actually, at the hospital. But moving on back to the story, I actually punched him, and then I was trying to take my backpack off because my first instinct was to duck, so I ducked because I thought he was going to punch me, and then I actually tried to take my backpack off, and at the time, he pinned me against the wall, and I was kind of stuck there, and I was like, crap, he could beat me up right now, and I was kind of motionless, or defenseless, I should say. So I tried to push him off, and I actually got him off me. And then the guy came over and broke it up. One of the not like security guys, but like guys that watch over the lunch. And one of the guys broke it up. It was this real old guy, so I kind of felt bad. But then we basically just yelled at each other from there. When everyone broke us up and was holding him back and holding me back, we kind of just yelled at each other and said like, "Oh, F you," all this stuff, you know, all this inappropriate stuff that I'm not going to get into. But we just kept yelling at each other. And then he made one last final comment that I can't remember what. I think it was a really stupid comment, but I got the gist of what he was trying to say. And I think he was saying, well, we're going to have a punch-off after school. And that's all I heard him say. And I don't know what he meant by that. Obviously, he meant that we were going to continue the fight after school. But a punch-off, like, that's a weird way of saying it. But anyways, so the day goes on, and I actually went up to my friends, and I'm like, guys, look at my hand. And my hand was shaking. Like, I could not stop it from shaking, and it was getting really puffy. And people were even making comments like, dude, why is your hand shaking? And I was like, I don't know, but I think it might be broken. And everyone's like, no, dude, you're fine. It was just one punch. And then, of course, I went to the hospital after that, and it was broken. But then I go, and after school, I'm walking, and I'm with my brother, and then I see a kid I know. So I'm like, oh, hey, dude, guess what? And it was this wrestler kid I know, so I thought he would care about the fight. And I was like, guess what? I got in a fight today. And the next thing I know, right after I say that, boom, someone grabs my shoulder and turns me around and just punches me. Like, I did not have time to duck. I did not have time to even know what was going on. I thought it was one of my friends grabbing my shoulder, and someone just grabbed my shoulder and punched me. And, of course, it was the kid that I punched earlier. And then from there, it was about 2 seconds long. My brother saw it the whole time because I think my brother saw the kid running after me. So, boom, before I knew it, I was like getting punched. I didn't fall over or anything, but I was kind of like in shock for a second. Like, of course, if I had more time, I probably would have stood up and fought him. But for like 2 seconds, I was like kind of out of it. And then my brother, the next thing I knew, was holding the kid back. And then the weird thing we did was we actually shook hands after it. I don't know if he went up to me or I went up to him, but all I remember is shaking hands with him and like calling it even, I guess. But then that's pretty much the story. That's all that really happened. I hope you guys did enjoy this story. It's just a cool fight story, I guess. I always like listening to fight stories from my dad, so maybe you guys like this story or fight stories from anyone for that matter. But if you did enjoy this gameplay, be sure to go over and head over to Doom Reckoning's channel. His channel will be in the description. Of course, mine will be in there too. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, if you could leave a like, that would be awesome, and I will see you guys later. Peace.